there, YouTube. Welcome back for episode number 30 of our Zoo Tycoon Let's Play. Here we are hanging out above our completed orangutan exhibit, and I really thought this episode I was going to probably be putting in some Javan rhinos because rhinos were so requested back in our African area. I figured that would still be a trend, but instead the overwhelming cry was we want to see some okapis, or okapis, I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Forest giraffes, I guess is what I'll call them, because I can say the word forest and giraffes. And so you can see I've gone ahead and laid out our Okapi area here. It's just going to be to the north of our orangutan exhibit. Just did the outline like I did last time, so I kind of pre-planned it a little bit. I also went ahead and built ourselves a bridge going from the African area into our jungle rainforest area. It's a real simple bridge. You've seen me construct one just like it way back in episode, I believe it was episode 4? Yeah, episode 4, back when we began our farmland exhibit. So if you do want to know how to build a bridge like that, please just go back and rewatch episode 4. It's really good. I'm really proud of how our farmland turned out. So I do recommend checking that out if you haven't seen it already or if you've forgotten. But now I want to focus on building in a nice, beautiful Okapi exhibit right here. And you can see I just kind of made an outline which follows the general sort of area we have left to fill in the space. It should be plenty big for our Okapis. And I've also kind of marked where I want the pathways to go. For the fencing here, I think I'm going to keep it, yeah, I'm going to keep everything like that white stone. I'm pretty sure I have a version of that that's like stone on the bottom and chain link on the top. This is one of those cases where I probably should have checked ahead, but anyway, I'm going to keep it still kind of looking like that stone. Yep, there's the one I was thinking of. Still looking like that stone all the way through, just to make it so our rainforest area is all nice and heterogeneous and looks like we had a plan going in, which I'm sure we totally did. But let's put this stone chain link fence in. I have both a high and a low version, but I'm using the high. I believe that's a 3 high. I'm not positive about that. But I really like the look of this this fence here. You got a lot of character. I think it's one of the ones I got when I had to start re-downloading things that came from Zoo Tycooner 14 stuff. So if you're watching Zoo Tycooner 14, thank you so much. Your links were awesome. They really saved the series. I don't think she watches, but if she does, that would be awesome. Okay. And so you see I've left these 2 spots with the old fence because we're going to make 2 little viewing areas here. I'm going to utilize this area here because if you're looking at our orangutan area, you're just kind of looking at a couple of bushes and the back of a wall, so it's not that entertaining. You want to pull guest eye line to this Okapi display. And then I put another smaller one right here so you can see it when you first get off the bridge, so you're not walking around with nothing. And we also need to make a little Okapi house over here, which I'm not 100% sure how I want their house to look. I think I'm just going to grab the 3 high from the stone for now and just kind of flesh that in. And we might tweak that a little bit later to better fit their needs. I don't think Okapis actually require a shelter in this game. I think they're perfectly happy just kind of as long as they have enough trees that they can hide behind. And so let's stay with the theme and do, yeah, we'll do stone on the bottom and glass on the top for our viewing areas. Although that they do come from 2 different things, so the stone doesn't quite match up. Yeah, that doesn't quite match. I'm just trying to decide if it doesn't match enough to bother me. No, I'm going to let it go. I think it's going to be fine, because I'm going to put like little shelters up, everything. It'll be fine. We can disguise it. Yeah, so it's going to be a real simple, basic exhibit, just kind of filling in this area nicely. But that's going to give us more time to sort of play around and make it look the way we want to look. So let's go ahead here and dial up our copies and figure out what they need to be happy. Alright, and I'm pretty sure that they are also tropical rainforest. Okapis do come with the actual Zoo Tycoon content, but we are using the Radical Remake Okapis. So let's zoom in real quick and I can show them off. Oop. You can see they look really good if I can get it. Oop. Oh, too far, too far! Back it up. Here's some of that wonderful lag. There they go. You can see them pretty good there. They do look phenomenal. I'm really happy with the Radical Remake Okapi. So I'm really glad that everybody was like, "Oh, you're doing Rainforest. You gotta do Okapis. You got to. How could you do it without them?" So let's dial this guy up here, and we'll just start by painting in the tropical rainforest dirt over all the area that we want to use. Beautiful, and let's get rid of this plant that don't belong here no more. And so what I think I'm going to do is start actually by laying down some rocks. I'm just going to grab those big rocks at the front. Yep. And what I'm going to do here is try and kind of put a layer of rocks coming out here. So we're going to kind of disguise the entrance to the Okapi house so it's not as plain and visible to our guest. So we'll kind of tuck this in here. And just throw a couple rocks down this way. And curve them back up the path like this. And get one of the lower ones to give me some character here. Beautiful. And so it doesn't look so awkward, we'll also throw one down here. Very cool. And just grab some smaller ones. Kind of extend this out a little bit like that. So that way our guest won't be looking directly at the Okapi house, but they can easily get in and out because there's plenty of room there for them. Okay, now that we've done that, probably a good idea to put some plants in. Let's start with the lower plants instead of putting trees in right away, so the trees aren't blocking my view. Of course, African violets look awesome. So I'm going to put in at least one patch of these guys. Maybe sprinkle them throughout. Just to add a little bit of color here and there. But we're going to be mostly, since we are doing rainforest, going with the higher plants like so. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Do them both inside and out. And we just want to make it look like there's a very thick cover of plants throughout this. Let's grab something else. It's a little... I don't overly like the look of that one. Do we have something a little better? What about this guy? This guy's a little smaller, right? Yep. And he sticks out well. He's got a nice different type of green there. It's going to let him stick out nice. Yeah, let's put... grab some of the taller ones for that corner too, I think. Alright, and then we're just going to coat the entire thing with With the short, just give me the regular size reinforced glass. I always like this grass because it does change the palette underneath it. So you can kind of use it also to paint in the pathways where the animals walk. So you can kind of give the idea that they're constantly walking through these areas, as opposed to the areas that have been trampled down with dirt. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's go ahead and see. Like I said, I don't think they need a shelter. Oh, they do have a shelter. Okay, they do have a shelter, but this is actually from the Artiodactyla pack, which comes from... who made the Artiodactyla pack? It comes from... I think it's ABZ. I think so. I think it's ABC. I could be wrong about that. If I am, I apologize. But that's what I'm trying to say here, even though I'm just fumbling over my words, is that I don't think the Okapis are actually going to need it. They'll probably interact with it, but because it's not a Zoo Tycoon 2 content thing, and they are from Zoo Tycoon content, I imagine that they're largely going to be just fine without it. At least that's how I remember them being. You know what? Instead of hunting for new trees, let's try to keep it as nice and matching up with the other trees that we've already used as we can, even though it's not going to be perfect for the biome. Like this elephant ear tree is actually a South American plant. I'm still okay with that because I like how it looks. But definitely want to get some of those blue quahogs and some of the larger trees from this area. I think that's a blue quahog. Quandong? I don't know how to pronounce that. I would guess it's blue quandong, but I'm not positive. Tree this boy up. It is a rainforest, of course. We want lots and lots and lots of trees of various heights. I think that's the last one of those ones we'll put, and then I'll grab some of these Duran trees. Again, not an African tree, but not going to kill myself over that. I do want to make sure it looks right, and I'm having a thought here. Yeah, I think I'm going to turn that into a watering hole here. So let me grab some shallow water, and we'll just paint in around these rocks. And yeah, that does lower the terrain and moves the rocks a bit, but I think that's going to be fine. I think they're still plenty high to block off the main entrance to the Okapi house in and of itself. So let's unpause for a moment, switch to guest mode, and take a look at it from that angle. Always a good idea to do. Oh, we're doing so well. We're only like 13 minutes in. This is going great. Yeah, I like that. I might thicken the cover in the back so you can't see our reptile house quite so clearly. Speaking of reptile house, our cobra is having some issues. That's okay. We'll go and fix it later. And let's take a look from this larger area. Yeah, I definitely want to increase the coverage in the back to kind of block it out, make it look a little fuller. Oh, I can hear a jungle rock. Go, jungle rock! But yeah, those rocks are doing an excellent job of covering that area we wanted to cover. Question is, when you get close, yes, you can see the watering hole when you get close. Okay. Very cool. Let's hop back into build mode and flop around here. Please pause. And let's grab as many of these guys as we can and really thicken this up. And get it as thick and luscious and overgrown as we can. It's a beautiful rainforest. Alright. And I think I'm going to put in the pathway now so I can establish exactly where I want everything to be here. So let me grab the path. Please. Jungle path, please. I totally know where it is. Yep, right here. Good, I did know where it was. So, if you're coming off the bridge here, coming off the bridge from the African safari area. Yep, like that. Let me have a think for a second of exactly how I want this to connect into that straightaway for our orangutan area. Start by stretching this out. Obviously, we're going to want this at least. Oop, not that. That at least, what I'm going to want. Let's go there and let's switch this to rounded. Yeah, that's gonna work fine. Do I want to round this off? Maybe in the future. We'll just leave it as it is for now. And do. And whoops, I can't see. Let's make the trees disappear for a moment. Just while we're getting this in. One more, like that. And now we'll put up the fences. Which fence did I use? Yeah, okay, the net fence. I can see it from here, because we made the trees disappear. Which I think it's back this way. Here, net fence, net fence, net fence. Here, net fence, net fence, net fence. I'm going to find you. I am going to find you. I didn't lose you. There you are right there. See, I told you I was going to find you. And for now, we can just leave it like that. I'll probably use a different kind of fencing on the side here. Or maybe no fencing at all. I haven't decided. Okay, let's go ahead and... Oops. Oh, there's a good place to put in some trees and stuff for our guest. Alright, but let's go ahead and build our people shelters. I'm sure that's the correct word for it. People shelters. That's the technical term. Load up the elevated paths. Yeah, we'll use that same one we use for the orangutans. Okay, let's put it in and see how it looks. I think this is going to work fine. Yeah, I'm not going to build anything directly on the side. I'm going to block that off with plants, I think. Or maybe I'll use the net fence for that too. I say. Yeah, that's the ticket. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab the columns we're going to need. Oh, I think I have signage for the Okapis too. Good. I think. I'll have to double check that. There we go. That's the one I want. And 3 high. Please zoom me in. Whoops. Let me flip around. Woo! Yeah, net fence, and then we'll plant it up on the sides. Net fence, and let's go ahead and we'll build a very similar structure over here. How always get by on my own. Do 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 do. And support structure there, so it's not a magic flying fence. And support structure there. For realism's sake, should I put another one in the center? I think I should. Right there. Yep, that's looking good to me. And since we've got that little area in here, let's also take the time to grab some fences for, or grab some benches for our guest. Yeah, having a Okapi sign there, awesome. And where exactly do I want them? So here and here. Oh, don't want to do that. That actually messed with our ground a little bit. Okay. So let's... Why does it redoing our ground when I do those? Alright, let's get rid of you then real quick. And just make sure the ground's nice and smooth again. Alright, I'll have to rethink that then. We might not have... Whoops. We might not have benches there. Okay. Quick repair. Nothing serious. We got this. Oop. Fence, please. That's just one of those weird things with coding that some reason the benches do that. I don't know why. Okay, let's bring back the plants, because I'm going to want to steal plants to put in that area behind us. Yeah, let's grab those, because I haven't used those yet in our copies, and it's going to look great if we just kind of stagger them out. And we'll fill the rest in with other plants in just a second, but I want to get down to this side. Okay, and we need to think about an entrance for our zookeepers here, so before we forget that, let me go ahead and grab a zookeeper entrance real quick. Alright, and create a dirt path for them real quickie. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, what else can we put in there to kind of fill in that area? Well, let's grab these guys at least. And we'll probably put in some traveler's trees too, because I really like traveler's trees. And one over there. And there's a traveler's tree. Let me grab that one. I think that's going to be a good height for this area too. Beautiful. And what does that look like closer up? Good. Good, 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 good. Beautiful. In fact, that looks like a perfect place for us to drop another sound rock, so our guests will be happy when they come into this area. Again, not 100% necessary in sandbox mode because it's more about making things pretty, but I do like to try to keep a professional looking zoo. In fact, once this Let's Play is done, I've already decided that I'm going to do another Let's Play that's going to be in challenge mode, so I'll have to work with a budget and worry about guests and things like that. Because that's my preferred model of play. It's a little more challenging that way. But this is a lot of fun too, particularly making little touches like that. Do love to make the little touches like that. Okay. Fairly simple and straightforward. Let's just go ahead and before we forget about our animals, let's make sure we can put in some entertainment things for them. I already dropped a salt lick and a scratching post earlier. And like I said, I don't think they're actually going to need a shelter, but they will need food and water. Surprisingly, these are one of those rare animals that actually need to eat and drink things. So let's make sure we do that for them. Of course, we're going to use the fruits because the fruits are awesome. And it is a fairly large exhibit, so I'm going to scatter a couple of them around the place. That way, whenever they get hungry, they'll still be within eyesight of food, in theory at least. And we'll put in some of our water fountains here. Beautiful. And I'm going to go ahead and put a trough of water. I do think they'll drink from the pool. I believe they'll work in their coating for that. But let's also put a trough down there in case they get thirsty. Again, just to make it so they don't have to worry about getting too hungry. I don't like the way the fruit sticks out there. Let me kind of disguise it a little bit. Just like that, real simple. And I think that's pretty much it. Oh, I say that. I haven't put a roof on our Okapi house. So let's do that real quick. I'm going to use the same technique. Yeah, I'm going to make this a little raised roof. So, and I might speed this section up. So I'll shut up for a minute and I'll show you real quick once again how to do a raised roof. Maybe with that pattern. Yeah, okay. Here we go. Simpler exhibit than you, at least in the orangutans. But I think it's going to look pretty good. So let's go ahead and actually add our animals, put in our zookeepers, and then we'll take a tour around it, see how it actually looks from a guest point of view, and if we need to make any minor tweaks. Oh, in fact, I am jumping ahead of myself. We should put up all of our signage, and let's try to find a place where we can put some benches that doesn't mess up with the terrain real quick. Let's go ahead and grab that real quick. Alright, we grabbed a sound rock last time, but let's go down to our, I don't know if I have Okapi signs in these guys, but let's check it real quick. Giraffe, jaguar, koala, meerkat, tapir, Asian elephant, speckled bear, giant panda, ringtail lemur, bald eagle. No, not in these. Yeah, it doesn't look like those ones have any special signage for the Okapis. And unfortunately, I don't know how to do modding myself, so we're reliant on what other people have done. But I do know I have an Okapi sign. Whoops, I just passed him. Oop, and I just passed him the other way. There it is. There we are. So we're at least going to be able to get one sign in here to help our guest. And it's going to block the view a little bit, but we'll set it right here. Right there, nice little signage for the Okapis. Might put a do not top on glass. Eh. Animals do not feed, do not tap on glass. Might just add one of those. Whoops. I'm glad to see there was a zookeeper there hard at work sitting on the bench. Always nice to see that. Just put one on the side here. Maybe. The problem is these guys are fixed to the grid. I would really prefer it if that sign was just free floating. Oh, and now it's facing the wrong way, but please do not tap on the glass. That's fine. Okay, seating for our guest. Since we can't put him up against here, let's use this nice big area that's not really being used. Make a little guest area there. Go ahead and grab our benches. Oh, they're even facing the right way. Fantastic. And anything we put in between them. Kind of a nice little touch. A little statue, a little something maybe. Maybe just put down a garbage can and a recycling bin. Just so it doesn't look like this area is completely destitute. Again, not a huge thing in sandbox mode, I know, but looks pretty good. Maybe put a lamp in between those two guys. We haven't really done lamps much. Maybe I'll just make that a jungle area thing. Let's put down some lampage. Of course, now I can't find them, so maybe we'll let that go. Oh, we do need donation boxes, don't we? Donation boxes. So that we can continue to afford our very rare and expensive animals. Again, not that it matters in sandbox mode. I'm too low to the ground. I keep flying through. Turn this down real quick so I can see. And we'll put it right next to the Okapi signage, so we're blocking as little much of the view as possible, but still getting our things in. Alright, now we can put our animals in. Okapis are a herd animal, so definitely want to get a couple of them in here. I don't know what the correct male to female ratio is. I know they get, well, pretty good, just being 1 to 1. So I'm probably going to do 2 and 2 right now. Maybe I'll do 2 females and 1 male. Nah, we'll get 2 and 2. Why not? Go total arc style. And of course, we're going to need a zookeeper to help take care of our copies. A little pro tip, I haven't been doing this game, but when you put your keepers in, it'll save you a lot of time and effort if you put the name of the animal they're taking care of there. That way you don't have to memorize their names or anything. So it's Okapi Keeper Bremer. And make that. Alright, so let's unpause and take a look at this as our guest mode. And I think we'll hop back here into Africa real quick, because this is how we're coming in across our quick little bridge. Again, I think it's episode 4 where we built the bridges going into farmland. So if you need to know how to do that, please check out episode 4. Let's see. I'm not seeing any Okapis. Yeah, not seeing them here on the side. Let's go around to the larger viewing area, see if we can't pick them up. Yeah, that looks like a nice little area to sit, have a rest. They got the nice jungle music rocks. Of course, there's the entrance to the outside of the orangutan exhibit. But we'll come around here. And turn. There's one right there. Oh, I'm out of film. Oh well. Still. Very cool. Very cool to see the Okapi running around there. And I think our Okapi sign is actually in Japanese, so it's not going to do me much good at least. But it looks nice. some of the signs are Japanese, some of them are in, I believe, Dutch, and a few of them are in English. But yeah, I think that exhibit looks pretty good. Of course, if you have any ideas for changes or anything, please let me know what you like in the comments below. Please let me know what else you want to see in our rainforest area. We are quickly running out of room here since we're doing some larger exhibits. Would not surprise me if we did eventually get those rhinos, because while they were not as requested as the Okapis, they were pretty well requested. Also getting a lot of requests for Red River hogs, which is not something I expect, but since that's probably going to be a smaller exhibit, I'm totally into that. Let's go ahead and switch here to map mode. So you can see we've got room, I think, for two, like maybe one large exhibit and two small to medium exhibits. Just something to fill in the area. The plan is, of course, to take this path, kind of loop it down, and have it like reconnect here. So I'm thinking one exhibit here, and another one here. So small, medium, large is what you should be thinking. Please let me know what you would want to put in those areas. We are almost done with this zoo. My plan is once the zoo is done, I am going to load it and all the mods I'm currently using up on Dropbox so that you too can run around and visit our zoo. If you enjoyed spending your time with me today, thank you so much. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe below, and I will see you in episode 31.